chers abonnés, j'espère que vous allez bien. Moi, de mon côté, ça va super, comme vous l'avez remarqué déjà. Et aujourd'hui, en face de moi, sur notre plateau, Café de Shaila, on est avec une talentueux producteur nigérienne qui s'appelle Zubi. Et Zubi, vous avez étudié la littérature anglaise. Et j'aimerais bien savoir comment ça s'est fait que vous êtes retrouvé dans ce monde du cinéma.
Tapis rouge et avant-première du film Brothers, c'était le 25 juin dernier au cinéma Les Galeries à Bruxelles. Quelques réactions de cinéphiles du cinéma Made in Africa dans ce reportage. Retour sur un événement qui a fait la part d'honneur au cinéma d'Afrique. MR.Azubuike.
Le 25 juin 2015, le film Brothers du Nigérian Azubuike Rinunga était projeté en avant-première au cinéma Galerie dans le centre de Bruxelles.
Okay. Basically, we accept collaborations, especially from outside Nigeria. In the past, we have done a huge collaboration with Inter-Arte. It's a Berlin-based network of artists. For almost 2 years, we planned the project together. And then it's a story about a Nigerian man who was ditched by his fiancée. Because she married another man who come from abroad. Okay. And now he said, okay, I have to go to abroad. And then he has to get somebody else's ticket and visa and use it to travel. And not knowing that the person is a sportsman for a sports competition. So he pretended to be the sportsman for this sports competition. So it's called the champion sportsman. And then after that, a few years after, we did Brothers here in Belgium, in Ostend and in Brussels, with also the group of artists and Culture Contact that's also based in Berlin. And yeah, we did. We had to shoot some scenes here in Europe and some scenes in Nigeria. Okay. And yeah, there are some other projects coming up. You know, where there's a new project we're discussing right now with a group of French and Belgium artists. We are going to Nigeria also to do, it's called The Speaking Bird, you know. And many more we do together, yes.
Okay. Et j'aimerais aussi bien que vous me parlez un peu de votre expérience avec Woodpecker Film Festival.
Okay.
Woodpecker, c'est comme ça?
Yeah, Woodpecker. Yes, Woodpecker is a very interesting film festival in Delhi, in India. And was very, how will I say, very passionate and grassroots oriented. And one of my friends, Onyeka Nwelue, introduced me to them, and then they picked the film, The Brothers, and then we traveled all the way to India, and it was a very good experience because we had to come closer to other industry of filmmaking called the Bollywood, and we saw the way they shoot their own films, which is a little bit more technically oriented than us, but it's almost the same thing that we are doing. Yeah, we made some films together. Love is in the Hair. And we learned their food, you know, religion, and so many things we didn't know about India. And then they also have to learn some things about us in Nigeria. It was a good experience.
C'était de très bonnes expériences.
Très bonne expérience.
Et je voudrais savoir aussi quelles est les différences entre Nollywood, Bollywood et Hollywood. Quelles sont les différences entre ces trois?
I think the difference is in the people who are in the culture. Okay, like, okay, Hollywood, as far as I know, is the word to describe the American filmmakers, professional filmmakers, because it's based in that aspect of Los Angeles called Hollywood. Bollywood kind of derived it maybe from American Hollywood, and then maybe it's Bombay or something. I don't know why it's Bollywood. And then when the Nigerian film industry started, they say, okay, what is this? There's Hollywood, there's Bollywood. Okay, maybe this one is Nollywood, you know. So I think, but the difference is not in the name. Anybody could be any name, or any industry can be called any name. But the experience, you know, the way we make our films, in Nollywood films, anybody can be the hero. You understand?
Chaque personne peut être heureux.
Yeah.
Le héros. Ouais,
yeah.
Je comprends là.
You know, it doesn't have to. You don't have to be a king, or you don't have to be Superman, Spider-Man, or whatever man. You know, but you know, a housewife who is barely educated and just have children and stays at home, she could be the hero of the film, and everybody. So when people watch this film, they see themselves in the film. And that is the secret of Nollywood.
Ok. Et comme on le sait tous, derrière un grand homme, ça cache toujours une femme de feu. Et parle-nous un peu de ta vie sentimentale.
Yes, of course. My wife, she's really, I mean, she's not in the film industry, but she's a good support, because whenever the script is written, she's the first person that will go through it and say, this is okay, but you have to do this. And I think if you do it like this, you know, I always tell her this is what we're doing. And then she always comes up with a good suggestion that always makes it a success. So, yeah.
Okay. Et j'aimerais savoir quels sont tes futurs projets. Qu'est-ce que tu penses faire dans la future? Quels sont tes futurs projets? Future projects?
Future project, I told you we have a speaking bird that is based on play on language. You know, some Europeans who speak English are coming to my village in Igbo land, and we assume nobody speaks English. So they have to communicate, and then they need an interpreter. But this interpreter does not understand English very well. So it's always a catastrophe. You understand? So that's the situation. And then also the Europeans, when they come, they've come to help, but by the end, the people will help them. Okay. You know, normally it's always the Europe is helping Africa. But the Europeans, they need help also. So now Africa will help them in my film. And Africa will help them save their lives because they are running crazy. Yes. And then Africa will teach them music because there's no melody. And now they find melody in Africa. Because the two people are coming in the film. One is a doctor, a physician, and the other one is a musician. So they have come to help the people, but by the end of the day, they're like, oh, we need help. Yes.
Finalement, ils ont trouvé l'aide en Afrique. Hein?
Yes, and then we also have what we are doing now, documentary on sex trafficking of young women who are deceived to come to Europe on the pretext that they are going to get a job and take care of their family. So they come. Most of the time, they know that they're coming for prostitution.
Ils les vendent l'illusion, en fait, avant de venir, que l'Europe, c'est magnifique, c'est le rêve, mais c'est vraiment pas la vérité. Ils ne le disent pas ce qui est la vie d'ici, la vraie vie de l'Europe. Finalement, s'ils sont retrouvés ici, ils tombent dans cette vie de prostitution qu'ils n'ont jamais vue dans l'air, dans l'Afrique. C'est vraiment triste. Je pense que cette film, c'est très intéressant.
Yeah, but, you know, for me, you know, I have no problem with prostitution. You do what you want to do with your body. But my problem is these girls, some of them are even 14 years. They're very young girls. And then this is what they have to live with. Because the trauma that follows them for the rest of their lives, some of them can't even get married, they can't have a strong relationship with a man, you know, because somebody will force them to sleep and give them 60,000 euros. So you imagine how many men they have to sleep with. And as young as they are, and then they also have to pay money to rent the place where they stay. They have no life for years. So that's we want to do this project right now we are shooting it right now, and then when we finish, we want to use it as a tool to talk to the young women in Nigeria.
Pour les faire comprendre la vraie situation, la vraie nature des choses. Ouais, c'est ça. Et Monsieur Zubi, je voudrais savoir, on a déjà arrivé presque fin de la émission, et je voudrais savoir quels sont, dans tout ce travail que vous faites comme producteur de films de cinéma, quels étaient les moments les plus difficiles de travail dans votre expérience?
Like I said, yeah, if you enjoy it, it's not difficult.
Ouais.
Okay, that's the problem. But it takes a lot to write, to create something that will be realistic, and be symbolic at the same time. So it's always difficult to balance your story, how to tell the story, and then sometimes you say something that is not possible. Then you have to make it possible, so you don't sleep, you have to be thinking, you can write, and after 2 months, you don't like it, you take it away and you start again.
Tu supprimes tout, tu recommences.
So, yeah, it seems difficult, but when you are doing it, you enjoy the passion that comes with it. And then also when you are producing, you have to be a good manager of people and resources, because you have too many people, 20 people, and everyone has a problem, and they're not happy when you don't solve their problem.
Ouais.
So you have to check everybody's problem and solve them at the time, and then you hack your production.
Ouais.
So it's also a very difficult situation, but you have to find a way to do all this so that at the end you have a result, and then you're happy, they are happy, everybody's happy.
C'est la plus importante. Et je voudrais savoir aussi où puisez-vous votre inspiration, comment vous arrivez à réaliser tout ce film, parce que tout ce qu'on fait, il y a l'inspiration. D'où vient cette inspiration?
Yeah, the inspiration generally comes from the situation of people. We coming from where we come from, I think an artist or a filmmaker, whatever you call it, should also try to be responsible for his own community. When you see something that is wrong, and you know that when you say it ordinarily, nobody's listening to you. So you try to make it in a film, so that while they are enjoying the film, they will be hit with the message. I think that's what I can do. So I try to see the situation of people who think they will come to Europe and in 4 months they make so much money and go back. It's not true. So we try to use this as a theme to tell the stories, okay? And then we also have to explain that what they think, because somebody will call you, send me money, and some people don't have money here.
No.
So we have to explain it and use the tool we have, which is Nollywood. We use it to tell these stories.
Okay. Merci, M. Zubi, encore une fois, d'accepter notre invitation sur le plateau Café de Sheila. Et merci à vous qui nous avez accompagnés jusqu'à ici. Merci, un grand merci de part de notre équipe. Donc, je vous dis à très bientôt. Au revoir.